Hey, and welcome back to the Visible Entrepreneur podcast. We are wrapping up 2020. It is coming to a close so soon. I can't believe it. And if you're anything like me, at the end of the year, I'm looking at evaluating what am I spending money on? What am I using in my business? What can I improve on? So I thought today's episode would be really helpful if I covered the top tools that I used in my business in 2020 because we're only as good as our softwares, right? I know a lot of people just like to fly by the seat of their pants, but for me, I like to keep things organized and as streamlined as possible just to make my life easier. So if you're anything like me, I think you're really going to enjoy this episode. So I'm going to be going through, I think it's 6 of the softwares. Let us start. Grab a piece of paper and a pen. Let's write these down because my goal is for you to walk away with at least one new software that you can try in 2021 to make your life easier.
This is the place to ask questions. This is the place to take notes. This is the place to learn strategy. Welcome to the Visible Entrepreneur podcast. I'm your host, Michelle Lewis, and this is the podcast you'll love listening to week after week. After a history in Hollywood, I know what it takes to get visible. And as an entrepreneur, you don't have to keep feeling frustrated and trapped, not able to get yourself out there. Myself, my guests, and even my family are here to lift you up, guide you, and give you powerful ideas so that you can get your unique voice into the online space. Ready? Let's do it.
And action.
So the first thing that I want to hit on is that if you have not taken my masterclass on streamlining your business, I do cover one software in insane detail, and I would love to have you hop over there. Just go to visibilityvixen.com/streamline. I'm going to show you how to put everything all in one place when it comes to the generation activities in your business. Okay, so the first software is going to be Kajabi. This is an oldie but a goodie. I've been on the Kajabi platform for a little over 2 years now, and it has been an absolute game changer for me. I remember when I was using Squarespace, Teachable, Samcart, ConvertKit. Was that it? No, and Lead Pages all at the same time, and it was crazy. And I did this launch and it failed because 2 of the softwares didn't talk to each other. Talk about frustrating and discouraging. So, and at the time I was paying for ClickFunnels, which is a lot of money a month. I'm sure if you're on that platform, you hear what I'm saying. And I was still dealing with tech hassles because my students had to have multiple logins to be able to access their different products. And I thought, there's got to be an easier way. I want my students to be able to log into one platform and see all the products they have from me. I want to be able to host my website, my funnels, my email list, my affiliate program, my email sequences, my products, my payment collections, everything. So that's why I moved to Kajabi. And this year we have crossed really amazing revenue markers using the software, and I just cannot highlight it enough. It has been crucial not only for the Visibility Lounge membership, hosting that, but my podcast pitch kit, which just crossed 200 customers. So it has just been an amazing software for me. So if Kajabi has been on your possible to-do list, you may want to push yourself over the edge and commit to trying that so that you can move all of your material over before the new year. Software number 2 has got to be where I host this podcast, which is on Buzzsprout. I'm sure that you're getting the hint now that I've pretty much tried every platform before I find the one that I settle on. So I have been on Lisbon, I've been on Blueberry, and by far Buzzsprout has been the best. It's a more modern platform, so when you go to upload your stuff, you're not dealing with a dinosaur, which no offense, Lisbon, but it's really challenging. And getting all of your stuff distributed on multiple stations is so much easier. Sorry, Blueberry, but with Buzzsprout, it's so much easier. It's like a one-click. They have it all together for you. They walk you through. There's no questions. Buzzsprout is just a dream. It's easy. The embeddable player you can put on your website is beautiful, and it's great because you can have it with the main episode, but then all your past episodes right below it. So people can come to your website and be like, oh, she's got a show, and hit play and start listening to episodes. It's fantastic. I love how it tracks the stats, and I also love how easy it is to create audio promo graphics. So you don't have to go to Headliner or a third-party software. You can do it all inside of the Buzzsprout platform. So it's really exciting, helps you distribute to a lot of different platforms, and it is definitely my go-to tool for project management. Tool number 3 has got to be Slack. If you haven't heard of Slack, it is a way to communicate with people via kind of like texting within the app. You're just able, it's like emailing, but it's all in one thing. So it's conversations, but it's all in one software. This is great because this is how I'm able to communicate with my team, my VA, my Pinterest manager, my sales girl, but it's also how when I'm working with other teams and like helping them build their publicity, I can just put in their Slack channel and I'm able to go in and review articles or whatever I need to do. So Slack has been awesome. I've really enjoyed using this year. I think it's made a big difference. I'm not having to send 100 emails back and forth with my team. It's all inside of Slack. I can access it from my desktop, laptop, or phone on the go. So it's definitely made life a lot easier for team management. Okay, the next tool we're going to talk about is Socialbee. I've covered this a little bit in past episodes. This is the software that I use to manage my social media. So it holds my social media across all the different platforms. That means when I take posts to go out for the week, that Socialbee takes them and distributes them when I want it to Facebook, Facebook groups, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, and they do have the capability for Pinterest, but that is not the software I use for Pinterest. This lets me focus on creating content. This helps automate the posts that are going out in my Facebook groups, like in my lounge when I'm going to have office hours and I put a post in ahead of time so that they can ask questions. Socialbee is on it. What I also appreciate about the platform is that they are very compliant with social media platforms. That means that, like, for example, they can post to your Facebook group or business page, no problem, but technically they need user permission to post to your personal profile. They've made it easy by creating an app. So like, for example, I wake up in the morning, I open my Socialbee app, I click on my Facebook personal profile, there's the post for the day, I post it. So is it an extra step? Yes, but are they being compliant with Facebook? Yes. And I would much rather work with a platform that is. So that has been really, really fantastic. The next software we're going to talk about is Tailwind. This is the software I use for Pinterest. This helps us upload pins in advance, save pins from other profile users, and automate the scheduling of when they are being posted on our personal profile. It helps us keep things growing steadily on autopilot so you're not having to log into Pinterest every day and pin manually, right? It also helps you track what times are best during the day to post according to, your schedule. So it really is a great tool. And what I love is that they have natively inside of their software something called Tailwind Communities, which is similar to Pinterest group boards. So it's another way that you can collaborate, share your pins, find pins from other people you can pin yourself, and boost your reach. So we actually just crossed 2.1 thousand followers this year, actually this month, and we are getting repins and shares and clicks and a ton of traffic. So it's just been a really, really great lead generator for us, and Tailwind has been a huge part of that. Okay, last but not least, we're going to cover the software Voxer. You may have heard of it. This is pretty much an app on your phone that helps you talk walkie-talkie style to another person. And because this is the first year that I've been doing one-on-one work with some of my lounge students, I wanted a way to be able to communicate with them that sounded personal, that was easy, that didn't demand me having to be emailing or texting all the time. I wanted to be able to hold down a button, talk to my student, hear what they had to say, and give them that ongoing support throughout the week. And Voxer was by far the easiest way to do that. I appreciate it because it's an app on my phone that lights up with a notification when a student has a question. and I can get back to them whenever I can. And it's also easier for me to explain a process. Like I had a student just ask me like, okay, how do I link this and upload this? Well, to type all that out would have been really challenging versus just being able to say like, hey, okay, you go here, you do this, you do that. So I found Voxer to be a really great way to connect with my one-on-ones in a way that feels really organic and personal and isn't clouding up a lot of space in my other social media platforms. So there we have it. Those are the top tools that I have used in my business in 2020. Let's go over them again. We have Kajabi, we have Buzzsprout, Socialbee, Tailwind, Voxer, and Slack. So if any of these are not familiar to you, it might be worth your time to go through, figure it out, start implementing it into your business at the end of this year so that you start 2021 really strong. Because the last thing that we want to do is be dealing with a tech headache because we didn't make the switch when we could have. So whether you want to enhance your team management with Slack or Voxer, if you want to help your social media out with Socialbee or Tailwind, if you want to manage your podcasts on an easy platform like Buzzsprout, or host all of your product management, funnels, and email lists in a software like Kajabi, I encourage you to do so. I am just sending you so much support in the process. Remember, we go over these softwares in more detail in the Visibility Lounge. You can go to visibilityvixen.com to check that out. And if you just want to take the free masterclass, you've got the link to do that too. So in the meantime, enjoy these tools. I hope they bring you more productivity and clarity in the new year. They definitely have for me, and I will see you in the next episode.
I hope you loved this episode as much as I did. Now we're all about building a tribe here at The Visible Entrepreneur, so be sure to subscribe, leave a 5-star review, and then head on over to the Facebook group. It's a great place where you can practice your video, live stream, and really enjoy the community that we have built. In the meantime, I'll see you in the next episode. Now get out there and get more visible.
That's a wrap.